Another edition of VetsPlusSports.com. This is your host, Terrell Cool Beans Davis, along with my co-host, Mr. James Miller.
Hey everyone, how y'all doing this Sunday night? Happy Mother's Day to the mothers out there that may be listening. Um,
I could have put that in the title.
There you go. Yeah, but you're fired.
I know, right?
But welcome tonight on this Sunday night edition. So I'll let Beans do a shout out to our listeners before we get into this episode.
Yes, I like to thank those that come to watch the live and give us your undivided attention. Thank y'all for coming. And for those that will come and watch the replay, thank for y'all giving us y'all's attention. Once again, I am so fired because I still did look up that Australia city, how to pronounce the names.
You're fired.
I know. But locally, we did pick up... or did I don't know if I have said this. Shout out to Cleveland, Ohio was on our list for locally. So I want to thank y'all for listening.
I'd say that's my family there, Cleveland, Ohio.
Well, cool beans. And we got Ashburn, Virginia, Boardman, Oregon, Los Angeles, and San Jose, California. Thank y'all for listening.
Thank y'all for tuning in. All right, I'll go over some baseball scores. Get started off, and today, you got a couple games going on. Actually, I guess just one going on right now that I can see. You've got right now out in KC. You've got the Tigers and the Royals are tied up after 5. It is 3-3. You had the Braves beating the Dodgers today 7-2. Marlins over the Nationals 5-2. Orioles over the Athletics 2-1. Phillies over the Rockies 6-0 to nothing or 0. The Rays beat the Red Sox 4-1. Angels over the Blue Jays 6-1. Reds beat the Astros 5-0. The Twins over the Guardians 5-4. The Brewers beat the Yankees in walk-off fashion. The Brewers won 4-3. White Sox beat the Mariners 2-1. Rangers over the Cubs 3-0. The Giants over the Pirates 7-6. And the Diamondbacks beat the Mets. Let me back up. That Giants-Pirates game was the final after 12. So Giants beat the Pirates 12 innings. Yeah. And the Diamondbacks over Mets 5-0. The Padres beat the Cardinals in 10 3-2. All right, let's run down some standings real fast because it's been a lot of games in between last Sunday and this Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it's just switched up. The Yankees are in second place in the American East. Tampa Bay's got a 1-game lead on them. Tampa Bay's 26-13. The Yankees at 26-15. In the Central, you got Cleveland just holding on to a 1-game lead on the Chicago White Sox. Cleveland's done made their moving their way up. And then you've got the White Sox and the Royals are both tied right now at 19-21, but that'll change after this game because KC is still. So KC will either go up
or down.
Will go up or go up a half a game on Chicago White Sox, or they'll go down one. So if they go, if the Royals win, they go to 20-21. They'll be just a half a game back of the Chicago White Sox. So it was I done forgot who was KC playing again. I just said.
Oh damn! You went over there quick. I had basketball scores on my phone. I forgot too.
Let's see here. I'll tell you real fast. The Tigers. So they're playing the Tigers, and they should just gain a half a game. I'm thinking on that. So, and then out west, you got the Athletics leading that division, which is a shock. They ain't been that in a while. They got a 2-game lead on the Texans. The Athletics are 21-19, and the rest are under 500. You got the Braves still rocking and rolling. They lead that division by 9 games. They're at 28-13, and the next 3 teams are all tied at 19-22. Out in the Central, Chicago got a 3.5 game lead on Milwaukee, and Milwaukee and St. Louis are tied. Well, I say tied. They are both 3.5 games back. Milwaukee is 22-16, but St. Louis is 23-17, and Milwaukee's in third. I mean, St. Louis is in third. Milwaukee's in second, and then St. Louis is in third. Make sure I don't get that mixed up. And then out west, you ready for this? I don't know when the last time this has happened here in the last 3 to 4 years. The Dodgers are tied in first place with the Padres. The Dodgers and the Padres are both 24-16.
That's been a good bit because Dodgers pretty much the last 2 years they dominated.
Yes, yeah. So they've been pretty much dominating that, but guess what? There's still a lot of baseball left. We just now getting into it. Let's run down some stats. We ain't done that yet this year, and we're already a little over a month into it. Your top batting average, your leader is B. Marsh for the Phillies, batting .353, which is pretty good. Lopez from Miami's at .344, so that's your top two there. Let's go with home runs and no other. Aaron Judd, he's got 16, and then Schwarber from the Phillies has got 16. And then Chicago White Sox, Murakami, he's got 15, and then Matt Olson from the Braves with 14. Not bad. Your runs batted in. Let's see here. Matt Olson's got 36. Abrams from Washington's got 36. And then Page and Hicks. Page from the Dodgers and Hicks from Miami both have 35. And let's see where and here's a shock. I don't know unless he's hurt. Here's a shocker right now. Stolen bases. You got Nuns from Washington with 17. You know who I don't see on this list? Is Lede Cruz. I don't see him. I don't see him on this list. And man, he's a slacking.
Yeah, because he was leading last year. He was up in the top. I remember you saying that.
Well, he's got 9 now. He's way behind. So, and let's get some pitching right here. Your pitching leaders with wins right now is Ashby from Milwaukee. He's got 7 wins. You've got Soriano from the Angels and Sale from Atlanta. Both got 6. And you got in 4th and 5th place tied for 5 wins apiece. Williams from Cleveland and Shetler from New York Yankees. And that's all that I'm going to run down through with that. Moving right along with hockey because they're in the playoffs.
Yep.
Playoff hockey. All right, here's what we got from the day. We'll run down. You got one game going on right now. They're at the end of the second period. The Canadiens and the Sabres. That series is game 3. Tied up 1-1. The Canadiens are up on Sabres right now 4-2 after 2. Later tonight at 9:30, here shortly, you've got the Golden Knights are playing the Ducks. That's game 4. You've got the Ducks. No, I'm telling you wrong. Not the Ducks. The Knights lead that series 2-1. Last night, you had the Carolina Hurricanes sweeping that series, winning game 4 from the Flyers in overtime 3-2.
Dang.
And then you had the Wild beating the Avalanche 5-1. And Colorado leads that series 2-1. So the Wild needed that win to get back into that series. Yeah. So, and then tomorrow night, the only game you're going to have is the Avalanche and the Wild. So, game 4 tomorrow. And that's our rundown of hockey.
I think they're in the semifinals like this week.
it just says the second round,
Yeah, second round, man.
yeah. Um, and I'm trying to see if they got any headline news that's going on here. Not much, but mm, there ain't much going on the headline news with hockey. All right, moving right along. This episode may not be too long, but you get right into the women's. I know you've been wanting to do that.
All righty, let's start with the women. I know I got my phone. I keep looking down. And say, "Ooh, is there anything else I did start off with?" But as of this upcoming Friday was opening day, so they had a few games. Uh, some surprising games, like especially the rematch of the Phoenix Mercury. Well, that one actually happened Saturday. The rematch between the Aces and the Phoenix Mercury. That was last year's finals, and they put belt to booty. The Phoenix Mercury, they was mad about losing that series. They beat them 99-66. That's a
Oh,
33-point loss. And I
yeah.
was like, ooh, Aisha Wilson must have been hurt. She didn't play in this game. Nah, she did. She was like the only one that played in that game because Chelsea Gray had a bad game, did not pretty much do anything. Chelsea Gray, and I actually like Chelsea Gray. I wanted to when I first got into started watching the women's basketball. I really did want to hate her, but she's actually pretty good. I really did want to hate her, but she just had a bad game that game. Jackie Young didn't do too much. Well, I think she had 12 points. Let me go while I'm talking about what I think. Let me go ahead and push up what I just looked up on the phone when I talked about them games. The Fever even also did bad. Well, they didn't do as bad as Fever did not play any defense. And a lot of people were saying about what they was getting on the Fever about their, before they did the draft, they had free agency. The Fever did horrible during free agency. They had, we're gonna say a horrible draft class, but I'm not so certain I'm gonna say horrible. I think they did good drafting, and it's just that Stephanie White's tone of play, it doesn't happen. Here's the thing, you know how they mic players up and stuff. They mic up the coaches.
Yeah.
Why? They have like 11 seconds left in the game. You're down three. It's 107 to 104. Why, when you are mic'd up, you should know that you are mic'd up. I don't know how this happened. And everybody is like, it's just they were tearing it up online. Stephanie White, the head coach, is lost, don't know what to do. And she's asking the assistant coach, what should we do? I'm like, ooh, you're mic'd up. That's not good. Because one, people already don't like you because the way you're coaching Stephanie, the way you're coaching Caitlin Clark. And then two, it's like you saying that you're just making the haters go off on you more. But yeah, they didn't do too good in their season opener. The Liberty are looking nice. Now this is Blocker's team. No, it's not Blocker's team. Blocker likes the Aces. I forgot who. Somebody I met and I was talking to like the New York Ace Liberty. But anyway, the Liberty has gone 2-0 starting off. They beat the Mystics, which the team to watch is the Washington Mystics. They beat the Mystics today in overtime, 98-93.
Wow.
Both expansion teams, they only had just the game on Saturday, and both expansion teams have lost, but it really with the new CBA and everything, and everybody getting big time money in there. This is something new for everybody. It's like the season. This is year 30, but it's actually like it's going to be season 0 because you're looking at all these people. One thing I was looking at, people and their money. Let's say I was just talking about the Fever, so let's talk about because on the Fever. So Sophie Cunningham, she only got a 1-year contract for $665,000. she was unhappy with her contract, but she was saying the money wise is fine, but she wanted more. She wanted longer than just the 1 year. She wanted something, and so far, I guess we're trying to give the office some kind of smarts here. Maybe they only offered her that 1 year because she just came off that knee surgery last year, so they want to see how she play
Yeah,
before offering her
a
something
big
real,
contract. Yeah,
right? But here's the thing: folks are getting money, and she is not only the only one in this category. People have gotten like real pay increases, and there's no production increase. Sophie Cunningham, they lost yesterday. Sophie started. She only got 3 points, 3 points and 1 rebound in that game, in their loss. Now,
wow.
Caitlin did her. She did 20, and I think she had 6 assists. Leah Boston had 23. But here's the thing: Leah Boston is now the most paid. Her contract is. I'm not gonna say her contract is better than A'ja Wilson. They put her contract above A'ja Wilson because here's the thing: A'ja Wilson got a 5-year extension for. No, it's not 5 year. It's a 4-year extension for $5 million. And then you go to Eliza Boston, who has $6 million. So they say, "Ooh, she got more money. She's the most paid in the league," but she has to do another year than A'ja. So if you shave off that year, A'ja actually has the better contract because she's getting paid more per year.
Got you.
But here's the thing: I'm still going. So you got most of your highest paid $6 million contract. You got your 23 points. Okay, I'm cool with that. But 4 rebounds. You're the tallest person on the court in that game. How do you let folks out rebound you? It's because Stephanie White's offense requires Aaliyah Boston to be behind that 3-pointer. She did launch some 3-pointers. She did hit a 3-pointer, but she's behind the 3-point line. And I'm like, you need to be up there getting rebounds. Like Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, Lexi Hull hit them 3-pointers. I
How
know
in the
you want to
world
stretch the floor.
Sophia Cunningham played 26 minutes? How in the world can you play 26 minutes, only get 2 shots, and that one that make one of them, which is the 3-point?
Right.
That's
But
it.
see, that's not really 100% her fault. She only took 2 shots. I was like, she got to do better than getting just 3 points. You got to do more than that. But she only took 2 shots. But why does she only take 2 shots? I think it's because of the shot selection, because of the coaching. And it's like,
Man,
you're not
Mitchell,
utilizing her.
Mitchell was on fire.
Yeah, she did 30.
And remember, you was wanting to get rid of her, and I said, no, you better keep her. Keep this in mind.
I did want to get rid of her.
Yes. No, I said, no, you keep her. No, you get rid of some others. You keep her. And there's a reason for that. And that's not a bad first game.
That's not a bad first game. The reason why I was talking about getting rid of her because I was thinking as soon as it's like a lot of people in the NFL do. As soon as they get the money, they don't remember how to play anymore. I figured she'd have had about 18, 15 points, and I would have been really talking trash about her today. But nope, I can't say that. And she did her 30 points. You want to have the highest contract, you need to be putting up 30 points. I agree with that.
Yep. All right. Anything else with the women's NBA?
Nope, there was other than this is the part the drama that I wanted to say, and it's not bad drama, it's good drama. Angel Reese actually did good her first game. She had a double-double, which she normally gets those double-doubles, but a lot of it be her own rebounds from her own misses and everything. And that's not what showed on the highlights. She actually did pretty good. They won their game, even though it's by 1 point, beating the Minnesota Lynx that didn't have Nafisa Collier, but it's a win. It's a win. And she did not mess up the game. That's she did not mess up the game. It's like, wait a minute, hold up. It's like, is she going to do good in Atlanta? Is she going to really redeem herself? Because all that stuff, the antics that went on in Chicago, she did none of that. So I'm proud of her on that, and I wanted to put that out because we get her when she's hitting the bottom of the rims and trying to take on 5 people by herself. We get on her for that. So I was like, I got to go ahead and give her the good. When she did the good, she did not in any way, or it's ESPN that screwed up. There's other people may have been screwing up more than her, that they didn't report anything she didn't screw up. Because, like I said, I didn't watch the game. The only game I watched the Fever and Wings, and I fell asleep on the Mystics and not the Mystics, the Aces and Mercury. I really wanted to watch that game just to see how the Aces were going to come out. They're the world champion, and see how they do. But I got some good sleep on that one. So it wasn't because it was boring. It's because I stayed up all night the night before playing video games, and I just didn't have the juice to continue.
It's like we'll give Angel Reese her props, just like when she's doing good, just like we did Caleb Williams.
Exactly. Yeah, we did him. We tearing him up.
And, yeah. But we'll get on back on him here in a few months.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can follow that season up. All right. Hey, Beans.
Yep.
Did you know Knicks done a sweep?
Yes. I am so surprised. Well, not surprised. I am happy about the sweep. I was actually surprised about it because I thought that game would have probably went 4-2. I was going to give Philadelphia 2 wins in there. I thought it would go 4-2, but sweep. I'm happy with a sweep, and I am happy with the way they did the points, the amount of points they have so far. They have 3 blowouts. They on their last game when they closed out the Atlanta series, that was a blowout. Then they started the first game of Philly series with a blowout, and they ended with a blowout. So I'm kind of liking it. I'm liking that the Cavs won yesterday, and I'm hoping they can win. I think they play tomorrow. Play again. Give my Knicks a rest while Detroit has to just try to grind it out with Cleveland. Hopefully, I take it to 7. Hopefully, they take it to 7. Hey. And I'm hoping Cleveland advance. But if Detroit, I don't want to face Detroit, but it looks like we have to do our own dirty work. We try to count on Orlando for that, and they screwed that up. And we just going to have to do our own dirty work.
Yeah, I'd say you're going to be playing Cleveland, because Cleveland went up 2-1 in that series. So
I thought Detroit was up 2-1.
No. I'll bring this right back up. I was looking at it. Cleveland won 116-109. No, let's see. Oh, I'm telling you wrong. Yep. I'm telling you wrong. You're right. I thought Cleveland was going to get swept, but Cleveland
I was going to be so happy. I was hoping you was going to tell me I was wrong. Yes.
So, well, right now, Detroit leads that 2-1. Cleveland won 116-109. And we're getting ready to have another sweep.
The Lakers is out of there.
Tomorrow night, LeBron is going to be packing, going home. Well, he's already home.
Mm-hmm.
He's be packing to go into the offseason. And let me ask you something. Did Jordan ever get swept out of a series in the playoffs? No. I don't think so. Now, I think he lost 4-1 in one, but he's never got swept.
Here's the thing about the whole GOAT, and I think this what makes Jordan more worth. Remember, I told you I grew up a Jordan hater, but I think
I did too. I mean,
this makes Jordan more worthy. Jordan has never claimed to be the GOAT.
Yeah, that's it.
He has never.
Jordan,
you bring it up, he changed the subject.
Yep, there's no humility when it comes to LeBron James.
There sure isn't. He claims, I should be the GOAT because I've done this, I've done that. Yeah, you made it and I'll give him credit for it. That is an amazing feat to actually play in the NBA Finals 10 years straight, 10 years in a row. But he did that from hopping from teams, and to an extent, team hopping is bad in his category, but basically because he lost.
You've got a
You
losing record. You got a losing record
yes.
in that 10 years as far as winning the title.
If he won 6 and lost 4 versus winning 4 and losing 6, I would think he would have a lot more weight in this conversation.
So, yeah. All right. Tomorrow night, Cleveland is playing again, which I'm going to tell you this. They're back in Cleveland. See, Cleveland lost the first two in Detroit. Cleveland's going to win tomorrow night in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to go 2-2. It's going to go back to Detroit. This series could possibly go 7.
Yeah,
Which
I'm hoping it will.
It's a go either way for you. It can work in your favor or it can go against you.
Yeah, that's true.
Because your players are on your team's on a hot streak right now.
They are.
And you don't want to be sitting that long over a week waiting to play somebody because you start getting rusty and that could be the change that hurts y'all. But I was going to ask you, did you get a hold of Spike Lee?
I know, right?
Did you tell him to keep his mouth shut and don't say a word?
It's not Indiana, so it's just Indiana that he does it with Reggie Miller.
Oh man. But yeah, we got let's see what the score is now for you got the Timberwolves and the Spurs going on right now because your Knicks done the sweep today, 144 to 114 over 76ers. And this kind of shocked me that the Knicks, not the Knicks won the series, that the Knicks swept it because the 76ers knocked off Boston, who was a good team.
Exactly.
And this Boston team was not a slouch team. And to beat them like they did.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
two blowouts, open with a blowout and close out with a blowout.
And then I'm like, man, your Knicks could be in trouble. And then it's the total opposite. The Knicks just blew them out and swept them out. Like, nah, you're not where you need to be. Get off the court.
Mm-hmm.
So then right now you got the Spurs and Timberwolves going at it with about 2 minutes, just under 2 minutes left in the third. Spurs 82, Timberwolves 78. Spurs leads that series 2-1. Can the Timberwolves pull it off and here's the thing with that. Say that series goes 7. All right. OKC is going to be in the same situation that the Knicks are in.
Yep.
So we'll just see how that goes and how that happens because, like I said, tomorrow you got the Thunders and the Lakers. That series is over. You got the Pistons and Cavs tomorrow. Cavs are going to win that. It's going to be going back to Detroit, tied 2-2. And here's the crazy thing. Okay. Even if y'all play Detroit's up and down. Y'all could possibly sweep them.
Yeah, especially if they play like they played against Orlando.
You could possibly sweep them. I don't think you're sweeping Cleveland because Cleveland's going to win at home. They're going to win a couple games at home.
Yeah,
because Cleveland plays good the Cavaliers play good at home, but Detroit, because they're so up and down right now. I mean, you could possibly sweep them, especially if you take 2 in Detroit, they're done.
Yeah.
So, but y'all the higher seed over them, so you'd have the first 2 in New York, wouldn't you?
Well, no, the first 2 would be Detroit have the number 1 seed. With a 3.
That's
so
right.
We'd have to start in Detroit.
Got you. So yeah. So say y'all go in Detroit and take those 2 games, and then
that happens, it's definitely
done.
Get the broom out, broom.
All right, moving right along. Anything else you got with the NBA?
No, I think that's it on basketball. Yep, that's it.
Before we move right into football, I will mention I ain't been keeping a whole lot of eye on college baseball, but I do know the Mountaineers are rolling. As far as that go, they just swept the series over the Kansas City Jayhawks. The Jayhawks were, I think, 7th in the country. West Virginia's 15th. and they swept them in a 3-game series. So West Virginia is playing some good ball for baseball, getting into the tournament. And here's the thing: I tried to pull them up to see how they's doing in the Big 12, but their stuff I can't get it to pull up. I probably should have tried it on the laptop, but on my phone, it's not like I can't get the divisions to pull up. It just shows your national rankings. So I don't know if it's something different with baseball or not, but there's a lot going on. I'm not going to go getting into baseball scores of college, though. But
I did have a present for you.
What's that?
I totally forgot, but you reminded me. You know how, because we're talking about college in West Virginia has that one person that got into the majors and was doing good.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? West Virginia got another one that left. And I forgot what game she played in, but there's a West Virginia person on a rookie in the WNBA. I think she's on the what you call it, Minnesota Lynx.
Oh, okay.
No, I think she's on one of them. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna know for next week. You're gonna have to remind me.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to
pretty
remind
good.
me. Because next week I'll be talking about some. Oh no, I don't know. I forgot all about it. But I was surprised. I was like, wow, there's a West Virginia person that made the WNBA, and she's actually doing good as a rookie.
Yeah, she was good. She's the one that led the women's team. She's a good player.
And I totally forgot what team she was on. And I was supposed to have it. I said, ooh, yeah, I'm surprised, Dave. I will do that. Nope, don't remember what team she's on.
All right, moving right along, which I don't know if there's going to be much to talk about as far as everything going in the NFL.
Yeah, because really there's nothing going on right now. A lot of people are loading up on undrafted free agents, and they got training camp going on. Like we still got, because it was just May training camp. I think that's just OTAs right now.
I'm going to mention something I seen this the other day, and I've harped on it. I'm always going to harp on the news media, and their stuff, because news media causes all kinds of drama. They're the drama starter. They like to stir the pot and everything else. I don't care, and I'm not big. I mean, with a lot of these big news media outlets, because they do it. They do that. They stir stuff up because they got to have a story or they got to make a story. But anyway, they were. I don't know if you've seen this. Mendoza, number 1 pick. In the NFL draft, chose not to go to the White House because that's the same day he starts his OTAs. So they're giving him down the road for not going to the White House.
Yeah, they say he snubbed Trump. Who he turned down Trump in, man.
He said he wasn't going. All right, here's the thing. I guess it'd be different if he was still attending that school for one. He done graduated. He done left. He's not going back. He is an employee now of the NFL. Okay. OTAs he's got to be there for. He's required for that. I mean, he's a paid employee now.
Yeah, this is his job.
This is his job.
He has to be at his job.
I mean, this is his job. Okay. So, I mean, that's what, and that just burns me up about, I mean, and there's, I don't know. I mean, people comment on that. I was like, man, there's no big deal out of this. I mean, he's got OTAs. I mean, it don't make sense.
Right. I understand that. It's just like, yeah, it's like, but see, if we said that he didn't go because he has OTAs, that story doesn't sell. But the one that says, oh, he just snubbed Trump, that sells. So we that's one of the things we talk about as far as the media. They do stuff that sells. I mean, like, we are a different breed. One, we're podcasters, so we're not actually in mainstream media.
Yeah.
And some of the podcasters I watch, like Ben Daniels, John the Liquidator, Black and White Sports 2. Those commentators, they're just podcasters just like us, so they tell it just like it is. And it's like, even though like Ben Daniels and John the Liquidator, they're bigger than us, but they still can't get. It's like they broadcast WNBA. It's like WNBA have their selective journalists that they're going to let in there. If they know you're going to talk good and positive about you, they're going to let you in there. If they know you're going to make them look stupid, you are not getting in on media day. And they don't get in on media day. We won't get in on media day either.
I'm going through this. Let's look at the headlines. And like talking about media. And this is on ESPN. I mean, sometimes it's like they got to find stuff just to have news, okay?
Yeah.
And to me, all right, you ready for this? Michael Phoenix Jr. marries his fiance. Why is this on the headline news of the NFL? I mean, come on.
I'm going to give that's a 50-50.
I mean,
it's good that him and his fiance got married. I mean, like, yeah, it's nothing newsworthy, but the fact that they got married, okay, it's a positive story. I'm okay with that.
In the 90s, the 80s and the 90s, you didn't see that hitting headline
news. Didn't.
I mean, come on now. I mean, this is like you're far-fetched. You're reaching. You're reaching far out there to put something on there, to print something.
But you're looking at it, you got to look at it this way. Michael Penix only gave him that, and it was a good story, because he could have been drinking, he could have been in some strip club, something they could have used. That's all that he gave him. That's all they can get off him.
You could go on a good note with that. It's not bad. It's not bad news.
Yeah.
All right. All right, get this. It says ex-Jet went chasing UFC deal in Contender Series.
Okay, that was a good one.
Why would you want to go and get your brains beat out?
I know.
You're playing in a sport that people complain about getting too rough in football now, in the NFL. You can't hit the head and stuff like that. And you're going to a sport, you're going to get your brains beat out.
I know. You go into a sport where you can't hit in the head and you don't have a helmet to protect you. No. That's like when Too Tall Jones for the Dallas Cowboys, and I want to say he did that late 80s or mid 80s, decided that he wanted to box. He got his tail beat and went back to playing football.
Wasn't as easy as he thought, was it?
Exactly.
And Hall gets an extension, $45 million for the Jets running back.
Oh, okay.
And that's about all really going on. Now, I did see, which I can't remember if it was on the last podcast when I mentioned, or if it was right after I seen it. He's talking about the Chiefs are back, the Chiefs are back, the Chiefs are back because of this draft and everything. And I mean, I'm a Chiefs fan. I don't see that they didn't address their weakest problem. To me, with their offensive line,
right?
And they keep saying that, well, they're back. They're not. I don't think they're back yet.
Here's my thing: in that division, everybody addressed free agency and the draft with the intentions to make sure they can beat KC. San Diego was doing that. Denver was doing that, and the Raiders was doing that. The only one out of those three that I think did worse than everybody is the Raiders, and not because they got the number one pick or anything like that. I think they're still going to be too young.
They're rebuilt.
Yeah, it's a rebuild. They're going to be too young. But the other two are contenders, and they draft, and they did it with the intentions to beat KC.
Now I
Now,
will
did
say this.
KC decide to defend themselves and you're like, hey, we need to be beating these other ones? I don't know if they did.
I will say this about the Raiders. I think the Raiders did better this year than they did last year. As
Okay, yeah.
far as
Their draft.
their draft, and they're moving, I think, in the right direction. But it still ain't gonna be this year. It's gonna take them, I say, next year. Oh, but and the thing is, Mendoza is not gonna be in the driver's seat starting out. So
Yeah, because they got Kirk
Kirk
Cousins.
Cousins. So to me, I think it's a smart move, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Start Kirk Cousins, let Mendoza sit so you're not throwing him in the fire because Kirk Cousins will probably get hurt by week 3. Mendoza will be in. So, but it's a pretty good deal there, and I wonder how much. Well, me and Brady's got the pull on a lot of this stuff. I know he's part owner; it's a small part of it, but Brady's. The majority of them's looking to him, say, "Hey, what we doing? What we
Yep.
going with?" And this is what we're doing. Because Brady's smart. I mean, I don't care. I don't care if you hate the guy. Brady's a smart quarterback. Even my dad didn't care for him. But that's what my dad said the other day. He said he's probably one of your smartest quarterbacks ever played.
Right.
And he's smart. So I'd say he's behind. He's behind the. He has a big call and was dealing with what they got, and they're getting the pieces together. And my thing, I don't know. I don't see Broncos repeating winning that division this coming year.
I It's gonna be hard. I
I don't
can't
see
see
them
them
do
do
it.
it.
Um, and and the thing is now here's a big thing what people don't realize. Okay, and the people who don't follow the Chiefs. I'm gonna mention this, and we seen this last year with the Lions. What a big difference having an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator is. Look at the Lions. The only thing it changed from them from the previous year to last year was they lost their offensive coordinator, they lost their defensive coordinator. Boom, the next year they're not even in the playoffs.
Yep.
Well, guess what? The Chiefs got their offensive coordinator back, Benamy, who they had when they won the previous Super Bowls. He came back.
Yes.
So that there is going to make a big difference as far as play calling. Maybe that's the reason. Remember me telling you they'll start. Which here's my thing though, which Andy Reid calls the plays anyway. That's what don't make sense. But they brought him in, but all the players like him. Maybe they'll start stretching the field. Maybe Ben and me be like, hey, we need to stretch the field. We need to do this more. But
Right.
I know I did say the Chiefs will probably finish third, but I'm going to flip flop that. I'm going to say Broncos finish third. Chargers probably could win it, depending on the injuries. And I'm going to say the Chiefs finish second.
I can go with that. And the reason why I can go with that, because even if they finish second, you can still make the playoffs. I say the Chiefs are going to be in the playoffs, whether it be a wild card or whether they're hosting the division. They're going to be in the playoffs.
And do you know this? After Tom Brady injured his leg with the Patriots, he came back the next year and won the Super Bowl. Same year. Year 9 of his career is when I think when he got hurt. Well, guess what? Mahomes, year 9. Or year 8. Or won it year 9. One of the two. Got hurt maybe year 8, won it year 9.
Right.
It's something like that. So I will see. I'm not getting no hopes up. And we'll just go from there and see what happens. Like I said, it's hard for me to get excited. We got a good running back with no offense. Offensive line. That's
right.
That's what's not getting me. And Walker's a great running back. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I know the Chiefs loaded up on defense. Maybe they're trying to keep it to a lower game.
Right, yeah.
And we'll just see what happens. But I don't know really a whole lot of much going on. I'm just seeing what we'll wait and see what your boys are going to do.
Yeah, I'm just kind of being quiet on them right now. Brian Schottenheimer, this is year 2. Uh, remember, his dad was a coach. His dad did pretty good. And here's the thing, you know who? If you think about, we'll think about the '70s Dolphins. Don Shula was a genius. He won those Super Bowls. He's the only coach with the undefeated year, the perfect season, and everything. Then his son Dave Shula comes in, was coach for the Cincinnati Bengals. And as far as when they go, I was watching a preview about the Cincinnati Bengals one time. It was a docuseries, and going from that, Dave Shula was the worst coach that the Bengals ever had. So here it is. Brian Schottenheimer, son of Marty Schottenheimer, is he gonna be garbage just like they said Dave Shula was?
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. It's year 2.
Well, you know Jerry Jones will keep him for 5 years, so.
Yep.
But all right, you got anything else? We missed anything?
No, I'm glad I got that. I remember, even though it was last minute, I did remember about. And I'm gonna find out what team she's playing on from West Virginia. I got to keep an eye on. I'm gonna start keeping an eye on that. Here's something I did not put out in the WNBA. Talking about as far as the draft, the number 1 pick, AZ Fudd, which Dallas picked because, and to me, I think they picked her because her and Paige have a relationship, even though they're not admitting to it. But her and Paige Buckers has a relationship, and I really say Dallas did that because Dallas did that same thing a few years ago. They wanted Dejanay Carrington to play for them, and they was like, "Ooh, how can we get Dejanay Carrington?" So they made a trade with the Indiana Fever to get Nalissa Smith, which they knew Nalissa Smith was her girlfriend, and it was like they didn't care. They didn't really wasn't interested in Nalissa Smith. Indiana wanted to get rid of her, and they was like, "Hey, we'll take her off your hands," but they did it just to get Dejanay Carrington in there, just to appease Dejanay Carrington. And I think that's the same they did with AZ Fudd, because AZ Fudd, she's the number 1 pick. She did all right. They really didn't need her. She's played small minutes in that game. She had 3 points. I think she had 1 rebound and 1 assist. Mm-hmm. But my thing is, she was in WNBA history, which is going on for 30 years now. She's the number 5. She's the 5th person that was a number 1 pick that did not start. And my thing is, the one that went number 2, Olivia Miles, she was, even though they took a loss in that game against Angel Reese and everything, Olivia Miles is going to be nice. She's number 2. She had 21 points. I forgot how many rebounds and assists. I think she had like about 6 assists, which they were in that game all the way up to about the last minute. And then Atlanta took over, and then they couldn't. And Olivia Miles, she's a point guard, and she was doing her best as a point guard. She was getting people open, and she would pass them the ball, and they just would not hit it. It was just like they lost 91-90. They had 2 chances to get that bucket in. One, she passed it, and they missed, and it went out of bounds. It was off on and they had like 5 seconds left in the game. She got the ball in, did a little dribbling, got a person open. She passed them. They missed the layup. Man. So it's not the loss wasn't on her. She was doing what she could, but she is going to be awesome. They moved. They got Olivia Miles to be the point guard because originally they had Courtney Williams, which Courtney Williams did good last year and the year before that. She did 2 years as a point guard. Courtney Williams is actually a 2 guard. So Courtney Williams got moved back to the 2, and Olivia Miles, I guarantee we're going to be talking a lot about Olivia Miles on this show.
According to Chat GPT, there was no West Virginia girls from this past year drafted in the women's NBA.
She might have been drafted, but she got signed.
Okay.
Because they said like I said, I gotta find it.
Well,
It's like
let's see. Well, it says no current or former recent West Virginia University women's basketball players is on an active WNBA roster from this past year's team. The last ones it's showing here is in 21. You have Chrissy Gonarzik, was drafted by the Fever in 21. The next one before that was Muldrow was drafted by the Storm, and that was in 2018.
Hmm.
Now this is according to Chat GPT.
GPT.
Yeah, Chat GPT. So I don't know how. So all
That's
right.
cool beans. We'll have to take a look into that.
Well, we're at the end of this episode, like we do each and every episode. If you're thinking about harming and hurting yourself, there's a quick number 988, dial 1. Beans was able to get it up this time.
I know.
Or you got the veteran crisis line. It's 1-800-273-8255. You dial 1 there as well. But the best way is to do the quick number 988, dial 1.
And that's the national number.
This is the national number as well. If you're a veteran, go to your local VA medical center, go to the ER. They have people that's on staff and on call. Get in contact with them to get the help that you need. But keep in contact with your battle buddies and everything else. That's like I got to stay on Beans sometimes to go to the ER to get some treatment. he don't like to listen too well.
I have a sugar issue.
Yeah, I'm going to spill some things on Beans. Beans thinks he can hide this sugar issue, but it don't like playing hide and go seek too well. It shows itself every time.
Right.
So I got to stay on him to keep up with his health because he's got some diabetes there. So I stay on him a little bit. But now this mental health issue stuff, this is serious stuff. Let me tell you.
I forgot. I was supposed to open. Did you know May was Mental Health Month?
No, I did not.
I know. I found out a couple of days ago, and I said, "Ooh, I'm gonna make sure that I say that during the show." I almost forgot.
Well, now you just did. So keep in contact with your battle buddies, your friends, or whatever. If you notice any change in their behavior, it's not of the norm. Talk to them. Try to get them some help.
Yep.
So you got anything?
Remember, the best thing is not to leave them alone, because when they're alone, that's when they do something. If you feel your buddy is acting funny, it is best that you be in his business. Don't say, "Well, I'm gonna let him handle his business. I'm gonna give him some space." No, he doesn't need space.
Just say, "Hey, we'll go do a walk. We'll go talk, do something, or play video games. If you play video games or whatever, we're keeping, just keep into them, encourage them and stuff, get them to get some help."
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
That's it. I got nothing.
All right. Y'all stay safe. Have a good week, and we'll see you live this coming Sunday.
All right.
Have a good one.
Take it easy.